Welcome to AM in Practice, where we talk about life as a practitioner, wellness in general, and of course, what it means to practice. I'm your host, Jess Reynolds. Now today I am joined by Heather and April. They are amazing human beings who have been spending a lot of time and effort creating some fantastic conferences throughout Alberta and Saskatchewan this year. It is a really fun conversation where we talk a lot about, continuing education. This, of course, is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because, as I'm sure you know if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, I really believe that continuing education is an opportunity for all of us to not just deepen our technical skills, but also really lead us to become more successful practitioners. So Heather and April have dedicated, as I said, a lot of time and effort to creating amazing continuing education opportunities, and we dive into all of that in this episode. So with that, I hope you enjoy. Well, Heather and April, thank you both so much for joining me. I'm looking forward to this chit chat. Of course, you are both with CMODA, which is an association here in Alberta, and there are many different directions that we could go in this conversation. But I would love to talk to you both about the conferences and sort of the contribution that CMODA has to education and continuing education within both massage therapy and osteopathy. So again, thank you very much. And I would like to start in the same way that I always start, and that's just a little bit about both of you. Like, what's your background? What got you into this industry? Take as long or short as you'd like, and we'll just start. If you're comfortable, Heather, we'll start with you.
Sure. Thanks, Jess, for having us. It's a great opportunity. So as Jess, you said, my name is Heather Goddard. I am the Executive Director of CMODA. I have been with this wonderful association for 9 years now. I love it. I feel very passionately about this association and how far we have come in the last 9 years since I've been with the association. CMODA, as many know, has been around since 1977, so it has grown tremendously in that time, and we've had a name change, as you know, and so now we represent massage and osteopathic therapist members, and our team is wonderful. We have an amazing team. We're growing. What else can I say about myself? I just love this association. I feel like we're one of the friendliest and understanding, and yeah, we just love it here. It's definitely one of our goals is to just be the most approachable, and we always say inside, like in-house, there's a human component on the end of every phone call and email, and I think in life in general over the last number of years, a lot of places, companies have lost that component. So to me personally, it's very, very important. Everybody has a unique situation and nothing is ever black and white, and you have to have that understanding.
I thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. And April, how about you?
Well, my name is April. I have been with CMODA now since on and off through kids and babies and all of that fun stuff since 2014. And then I first started actually out as in the membership department, so helping everybody get their membership set up. And then I've over the years have transitioned into conference coordinator. So I get to plan all of this fun stuff, bring in these amazing instructors like yourself, Jesse, and we're having a blast doing it. Like, I really do love it. I love connecting with everyone. I love bringing in the amazing instructors. I love that we can bring in these amazing courses and offer them at a very reasonable cost to the members. And I absolutely do love that we are open to everybody. So no matter what association you are a part of, we want you to come and learn. We want you to learn something new and take pride in your new skills that you're learning. And we just want you to have fun too. Like, I really want to have fun at these conferences. I love connecting with everyone, and whether it's meeting you for the first time or meeting you because you've been to many of our conferences over the years, I love it all. I do.
I appreciate that you enjoy doing it, the conference
Yes.
part. Because you see, I've tried to organize a few of these things, not big conferences like what you guys are doing, but small things, like even just one topic or maybe two. And sure, I can technically do it. I do have the, but it drains me. Like afterwards, I'm like, I could not imagine doing this more than once in my lifetime. So the fact that you are so skilled at doing it and that you enjoy it, I'm very grateful for that because it comes out in these conferences. I've been to many different conferences, both as a facilitator, instructor, and a participant. And the energy behind its creation, I believe, really matters. It really matters. So
It
thank you.
does. Yeah. I do go home and sleep for like 24 hours afterwards. I'm not
I
going
bet.
to lie, but I love it. I love like
Mhm,
I love talking with people. I'm very much a people person, and I love trying to make it the best experience that I possibly can for everyone who is coming, because I
mhm.
want you to leave knowing that you had a great course, you had a great interaction with all of us who are there. If we're having a trade show, that you've had a good interaction with them. Like I want it to be great.
Mhm, mhm. Well, so far, mission accomplished.
Oh, well, thank you. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And like you
There
said,
is.
it's not easy.
No.
There's always a lot of moving parts. But like, yeah,
Mhm.
we're just we take it day by day and try our absolute best to make it as great as we possibly can.
Well, there's a few conferences that Simona is hosting that are coming up. There's one in Saskatoon, there's one in Edmonton, there's one in Calgary, and then there's a special James Wlasaskev workshop. And I'm sure there's other things. These are just the ones that I'm aware of. So let's talk about these conferences. There's a lot of things happening this year with Simona. So let's start with the nearest one, which
Yeah,
I believe according to the
2024
schedule
is
is,
going to be a big year. Like
yeah, it's
it's
huge.
we came in with a bag and we're going to go out with a bag. So like you said, we are welcoming James Wlasaskev. He is
Hmm.
coming to Red Deer to teach his 5-day intensive course from April 3rd to the 7th. So this is the first time that we've been welcoming James back since 2016, because I looked that up
Oh,
today. So we're very excited to have him coming back to Alberta and coming back with us, especially. So yeah, we're really looking forward to welcoming him. We do still have some tickets available. So if
nice.
you are interested, contact the office. I'm more than happy to help you and talk about all of that with you. James is fantastic. Like, I am loving dealing with him. He is just amazing. He
Hmm.
answers all my questions. Like, he's been fantastic. So we're super excited to welcome him back. And
Can
then
I add in, April, that tickets
Please.
are only on sale until, is it March 27th?
that's what we're going to go with
So
the cutoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so hurry up and get tickets. We're over 70% sold
Yeah, like,
already. So there's very limited spots available. And as you said earlier, it's open to Simona members and
Mhm.
non-members as
yep.
well.
And you
Anybody.
know, I could take a moment to discuss James Wlasaskev. I've known him now probably since 2013, 14, somewhere in that zone,
Yeah.
and I've been through his workshop a bunch of times, just through various different conferences and things. It's awesome stuff. There's there's a lot of courses that have been around for an eternity in the massage therapy world. You know, like take fascial release or rolfing. Like there's these hallmarks of the massage
Yep.
world, and I believe that James Wlasaskev is one of those the people who've been doing this for a very very long time. What I
Yeah.
really appreciate about his way of doing things is I have been through it probably 6 times, and it's always different. Not
Yeah.
like fundamentally different. The fundamental principles that he uses are the same, but the incorporation of new science or small tweaks to the technique or his present. What a showman! What a
Yeah.
showman! Like going through his courses, a big chunk of me is like, this guy's just putting on a play. Like it's 10% education, 90% entertainment, but it's beautifully done. I don't.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
for those who are listening, if you've never been to James Wlasaskev workshop, brilliant stuff. Mostly working on orthopedic conditions, treating chronic joint issues is largely the focus of what he does. But for those listening, it's a workshop worth attending. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah, he's just been phenomenal to work with. Like I'm so excited for when he gets here, and then like because we had the privilege of meeting him last year, and but yeah, getting to talk more about him and
Mhm.
see if we can make this happen again. Like
Yeah.
he's just fantastic. Like he's wonderful, and I think he does really value education and making it fun, like you said, and but that you are still learning those different ways of doing things and different techniques, and but he values educating people. Like he's just
Mhm.
phenomenal, like phenomenal. Can't say enough great about him.
Mhm. Agreed. Agreed. So you got James Wlasaskev coming, and what's after that?
So then right after that, we're going to jump into Saskatoon.
Jump into
So
Saskatoon.
we're going to Saskatoon from April 21st to the 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
This will be our second time going to Saskatoon with our conferences. The first time was back in 2022. Yeah. And yeah, we're really excited to be heading back there. And it's always fun going to Saskatchewan. We get to, again, connect with those members that are there and bring some amazing courses. So this year we're welcoming, we're going to take you on the road with us, Jesse. Uh,
I'm there.
so you're going to be there presenting your advanced assessment and treatment of the foot and ankle. I have
Mm-hmm.
all of my notes in front of me, so I make sure I'm saying
You are well
all of
prepared.
everything right. That will be on April 21st. And then on April 22nd, we have a business basics and the Body Psych 101 Foundation. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to hear all about that one even. That one has
Yeah.
like really piqued my interest. So super excited with that. And then we're also going to be doing an athletic taping course, a TMJ course with Mark from Massage Therapy Media and Con Ed
Great.
Institute. So he's going to be joining us. And then we're welcoming back Cheryl Hamilton, of course, with craniosacral therapy, bringing that back to Saskatchewan. So we have just an amazing lineup of instructors, courses. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm.
So excited
That's
for
great.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Yeah, a powerhouse for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a good lineup, a lot of variety,
Yeah.
and very,
Yeah.
very
And
different types.
yeah, and that's part of it too when we're doing our conferences is we like to have a little bit of everything that you know, if you can only attend a half day course, well, we have that for you. If you just
Mm-hmm.
want a 1 day, we have that. If you're looking for a 2 day, well, we got that too. Like
Mm-hmm.
we want to have a little bit of everything and yeah, offer them again at like very reasonable cost. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's going to be exciting. Can't wait.
You know, that brings up an interesting question that I just thought about. So, of course, me living in Alberta and Simona being founded in Alberta, um, do you have members outside of Alberta, or is it like you mostly focus on Alberta? Or I mean, the name is the Canadian Manual, right? It's Canadian, but what's
Yep.
your membership base like?
We are coast to coast to coast, as we like to say. So
Okay.
our strongest presence, of course, is in Alberta, but then we
Mhm.
do have members actually in almost every province across Canada. And we're
Wow.
growing. We are steadily growing. So that's exciting to see. We're very rapidly growing, actually. It's
Mhm.
been wonderful.
Mhm. What are the things that like bring somebody from Saskatchewan to a association that's based in Alberta or one of the other provinces? Because there's so many like province specific rules, and then there's some that are regulated and not. There's just Canada is tricky when it comes to province. So how does that work with Simone? I know this is kind of veering off the conferencing, but I'm really curious to understand how that works, if that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, absolutely. Good question. So we actually we one of our team members, Jeremy, you know Jeremy Sayer, he is our government and industry relations manager. So he actually keeps up on all of the specific jurisdictional requirements across the province because we have members across the province. And like you say, there's certain requirements that are required for Alberta, but not necessarily, say, Ontario. I'm just saying, for example. But so Jeremy makes sure that all of our policies or member needs are all being met, and just to make sure that everything is in line. And so we can service everybody across Canada.
Beautiful. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Now,
Mhm.
April, you mentioned one other thing too, which I greatly value with CMODA, and one of the things that the values and philosophies we share in common, and that's affordable education. I strongly value that. Of course, within massage therapy and osteopathy and acupuncture and basically any of these complementary alternative medicines, continuing education is an imperative. We have to do it to maintain our association, our association membership or regulatory. But there's an issue is a lot of continuing education providers follow the typical economic pattern of supply and demand, meaning there is a very strong demand and we can limit the supply and make courses incredibly expensive. Now, as a provider, I get that. Like, it's hard work making a course and it's exhausting going through a 1, 2, 5 day workshop. Like, by the end, I'm wiped out. And we got to make a living, right? But then there's this other part where it's like making it affordable is essential because so many people take courses based on, can I afford this course or not? Which is a shame because they should be taking courses based on, is this something that I want to learn? Is this going to be of value to me as a practitioner? Is it going to help me succeed? But for so many people, that's not how they do choose courses because cost is such a barrier. So at the conferences that you guys hold, I'm so grateful that you make them affordable without sacrificing quality, without sacrificing the integrity of the instructors, without any compromises. You manage to find this balance between high quality education, a wide variety of topics, and making it affordable. So thank you for doing that as a provider as well as somebody who goes to conferences.
I really do. That is a big thing for me, is trying to make them like as affordable as we possibly can. Because like you said, like we're very well aware of how expensive courses can be and what is available and everything like that. And so I really do pride myself on trying to bat for not only the members but even the non-members, because there is we do give a little bit of a deal to the members, but yeah, like I really do pride ourselves on that ability. And so like part of it is like we're not getting big locations, we're not going to the highest end hotels, things like that. We're still going to amazing facilities. We have started getting some working relationships with some hotels or locations over the years, and they are fantastic to deal with. But yeah, I do try my absolute best to bring in amazing instructors, find great locations, and make everything at a very reasonable cost. Like, yeah. And it can be tough sometimes.
Oh yes, it sure can be. Even one of those tasks is tough enough.
Yeah.
So
I'll just add
with
too that
yes, please,
as a
please.
nonprofit, one of our goals, like, is it's part of our member services, because that's another thing that Samoda prides ourselves on is the top notch level of member services. So this is another one of those services where we April works so hard to be able to find the instructors and negotiate terms so that we can make the baseline numbers attainable for therapists. Again, we're promoting lifelong learning here as well.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about that, about sort of the CMODA's commitment to education and learning? I know that last year CMODA did a relatively comprehensive survey and study and came up with some interesting bits of data as far as the trends within what people are looking for in education. Do you have any insights that you came up with? Like what is sort of the trends you see in educational demand?
Oh, I love that survey. Jeremy, well, I guess between all of us here in the office, we did come up with, I think, is it like 10 or 15 questions that we ask? And again, we don't only send it to our members, we're sending it everywhere. We want as many people answering the questions as we possibly can, because that does give us the information to, okay, what's popular this year? What are you looking for? Because those answers do change from year to year to year, right?
Mhm.
So it is an excellent survey, and it is an also excellent opportunity for you to have your voice heard as a therapist, because this again is giving you the ability to vote or say, I want Cranio this year, or I want Jesse, I want this particular instructor. I love seeing the results of
Mhm.
those, and it gives me really good feedback too, that I can be like, hey, I need to find this course, like this sounds
Mhm.
great. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is fantastic. I love going through the data once we get it, and being able to see, well, what's the top course that's in demand this year? Who are you
Mhm.
looking for? It's always, because it always is a little different. So it's
Yeah.
fun.
Mhm.
One of the other things that came out of it as well was, as we came out of COVID and everybody was required to stay home and take the online courses, while I absolutely agree there's huge value in online content, love it. But there's also the strong need for in-person
Mhm.
courses. So that's another one of these member services. We're going to make sure that you have the opportunity to have these in-person courses and have that networking option,
Opportunity.
so you can network with potential, all your fellow therapists. And that
Mhm.
was a huge need, and still
Yeah.
is. I think
Yeah.
it's very, very important. And so we're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. I was talking with Mark and Amanda and Scott from the Canadian Massage Conference. Uh, I don't know, late February, something like that, because they have a conference as well coming together, which is great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And one of the things they were mentioning, which just came up in this conversation as well, is how important it is for networking in this industry, because we spend our days in tiny little dark rooms with people who are not in our industry. So the very vast majority of us, our exposure to colleagues is minimal. Maybe other practitioners within the same clinic, but again, it's not like we have time to sit down and chat. We're working in very isolated places. So providing not only educational opportunities, but also a place where people can network and get together and meet like-minded individuals. It's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
And it's so important to just be able to connect with other people. Like
Mhm.
and again, I love seeing that at the conferences. I love seeing a room full of people, and so, like, for the most part, they don't know each other. Some of them might,
Mhm.
because it's fun taking courses with friends, but
Yeah.
for the most part, they don't really know each other. They're coming from different cities, different towns, maybe even different provinces, but they're getting together and they're having conversations and they're just having a great time. Like, I'm always
Mhm.
poking my head into the rooms and just like listening and enjoying it all. And like, I love everything about
Mhm.
it. I love it. And like, again, even for us to put faces to names, because we talk a lot of people on the phone or through email, but being able to actually see that person in person, put the name to them and the face, and it's fantastic. Like, again, I love it. I love it all.
I can tell. One of the issues that I've encountered with content creation courses specifically is the demographic. Now, I've been practicing for say 17 years, somewhere in that zone. And again, I've got take continuing education, and I've had to do so for two different licenses, acupuncture and massage therapy. And there's even a while where I was maintaining another license. So like I just staggering hours of continuing education every single year. And I found by about year 10, I was so bored. I was like, it was just the same things over and over again. And I'd go to a conference and walk around and be like, I know all this stuff. Like, there's nothing new. So I'm curious, how do you balance this demographic difference with so many new practitioners and people who've been practicing for decades, and finding courses and instructors and programs and ideas that kind of allow everybody, regardless of what stage in their career they're at, to find something. What's your
That
process for that?
Well, that's where this survey does come in. So it
Mm.
allows, like, whether you're a veteran massage therapist who has been in the industry for 25 years, or you're a brand new graduate who's just starting and getting going, and because you're looking for very different things. So that's why we are always encouraging, fill out the survey. Let us know what you're looking for. Because yeah, if you're a veteran massage therapist, like, you've seen it all, like, you know what you want, you know what you
Mhm.
can do, and things like that. So you are looking for very different courses. And so I get the survey, like, I
Survey.
get such great results from that survey. Like, it is fantastic. And we do it every year. So yeah, our
Mm.
18 months, I think, are we running on an 18-month schedule at this point? Yeah. But yeah, so that's where filling it out comes in very, very
Mhm.
handy for us when we are planning our year of conferences. Yeah.
So we've got the James Wlasaskev, Saskatoon, and then it's Edmonton, I believe. Edmonton in
Edmonton. Yeah. Like I
May,
said,
somewhere in there. Yeah.
2024 is going to be our year.
Yeah. You're rolling.
So we are going to Edmonton in
Mhm.
May. So May 5th and 6th, we will be there. We're heading back to the Fantasyland Hotel. Again, we've been there before. They're phenomenal to deal with. If I have any questions at all, I just shoot them off an email and they're getting back to me usually within a day. It's absolutely fantastic. They got a wonderful facility, and just being at West Ed, like,
Mhm.
how can you go wrong with that? It's
Great.
great. So this time, well, Jesse's joining us again.
Mhm.
We're just, yeah, like I said, we're gonna take you everywhere we go at this point, I
I'm all
think.
right with that. I'm all right with that.
So you're going to be joining us teaching acupressure meridian massage again. I think, is this our third round of it? Second round with
This might even be the fourth.
maybe over the years. But
Yeah.
it's always fantastic. I wonderful feedback every single time.
That's good
So
to hear.
looking forward to that one again. And your TAs are just phenomenal. I love chatting
Aren't
with
they?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. And then, so we're going to have that course. We're going to do a K-taping women's health with Ortho Canada. So something a little different too. So I'm so excited actually for that. I can't wait. The instructor sounds absolutely phenomenal. She's going to be joining us from Montreal. So it's just bringing in something a little different this time
Mhm.
around and concentrating on some women's health. Like, we all
Super
need a little
cool.
bit of that, I feel.
Yeah, that is essential and certainly a gap in the massage world that I have encountered.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah, that's
excited.
fun.
I'm excited to bring that in. And then we're
Mhm.
going to do an IASTM course
Mhm.
with Dr. Nikita.
Yeah.
Please, you might be able to say his last name.
Nope.
Nope. But Dr.
Dr.
Nikita.
Nikita.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Nikita, again, he sounds absolutely phenomenal.
Mhm.
I had the privilege of meeting him last year when we were at CMC in Burlington, and just had me and him had a lot of fun together.
That's great. Yeah, he's a really
So
awesome guy. Really
yeah,
awesome.
so I'm excited for that one as well. And again, this is the first time he will be joining us. So we're excited to welcome him and bring in this is a new course for us to bring in. So we're excited. It's going to be great.
Awesome. That's
Yeah,
great. Again, variety. That's fantastic.
variety. It's all
And
about
then there's one
variety.
more conference. Yeah, in September, I think,
In
is the
September,
fall
I have to
conference. Yeah.
always look.
Yeah.
21st and 23rd. I have like all my stuff back
Right.
here.
Hmm.
But yeah, we're going back to Calgary. So our fall
Yeah.
conference is our biggest event of the year. This will have a trade show. We're looking to add little bits and pieces, make it even better than we have in the past this year.
Awesome.
So it'll be fun. And the trade show is open to everyone. So it doesn't matter if you're taking a course or not. You are more than welcome to come and walk around and visit the booths and see who's there. We're looking to grow that this year. And yeah,
Some exciting changes with our
we're,
exciting additions, I should say, to the trade
yes,
show.
yeah,
Hmm.
we
It
want
really
to, again,
sounds like it.
every year, we want to make it bigger, better, Like I'm really looking forward to September in Calgary. Actually, it's going to be great. I'm in the beginning stages of planning that one, because I have 2 on the go right now, and then James. So, but I know Jesse's coming back, and he's going to join us in Calgary. And yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's just so much. I don't even understand how you could possibly keep track of it. I would need 10 whiteboards. So well done.
Oh, I have a lot, and I have one on my other wall too. You just can't see that. Don't worry, I
Oh,
have a
really?
lot.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
and
Well
Jesse,
organized.
we're going to throw another course in the mix here. This was a very, very early discussion, so nothing's officially finalized yet, but it's coming together very nicely. So
Yeah, I
Okay.
have been in contact with
Yeah.
Paula Nutting with Chapman
hmm
Reflexes out of New
Cool.
Zealand.
Wow.
Yeah, she is making a stop in well, she's coming to Canada and
hmm
was hoping to come back to Alberta. And so I have been in touch with her, and it looks like it might be a go in June.
That's so
So
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So I gotta
Wow.
start. That will be my tomorrow or my next week's game plan
Yeah.
is trying to find a location. I think we're gonna go to Edmonton,
Nice.
and yeah, yeah, like yeah,
hmm
we're gonna knock 2024 out of the park.
Yeah.
I can see us venturing into some more one-offs throughout the years. And we are also, I guess, one-off that we haven't mentioned is Cadaver Labs. So
Mm,
last year I was able to connect with the University of Calgary, and we are offering Cadaver Labs there. We had 6 last year, and it was amazing. Like
mhm.
that was just amazing. And then we're offering 4 more this year. We had 2 in Saskatchewan as well, and they were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And already I have a list for interest in Saskatoon as again, so I have to start filling in that now.
I think
Cadaver Labs. They're go ahead, Heather. Sorry,
overall, I think
please.
our biggest goal is to maintaining the high level of member services
hmm
and just being personable and attainable.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautifully said and muchly appreciated. So, there is a question that I ask virtually everybody who comes on the podcast. So, I'm going to ask both of you this question. There's no right or wrong answer, purely opinion. Now, that is in this world that we're a part of, the the manual medicine world, integrated medicine, whatever term one wants to place on it. In your opinions, what do you think makes a practitioner successful?
That's a tough one. I think you have to be an active listener. You have to listen to what your client or patient, what they're saying, but not only what they're speaking, but what their body is saying as well. I'm not a practicing therapist, but from my point of view, I would say that's probably the most important.
Beautiful, lovely. Thank you.
I'll agree with her.
The good old ditto. I love it.
Yes. Yeah. Ditto. That sounds great. I like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Well, then, as we tie a bow on our conversation, where do people go to check out the conferences or fill out the survey that you were talking about? How do people stay in touch?
For conferences, we have everything on our website. So you can head on over to samoda.com, and at the very top, you'll see a little banner and it says events. And I'm working on putting everything on that page. That's on my to-do list. And so I'm getting everything there. That's where you can register. That's where you can read course descriptions, see all of the details are going to be on the website there. And then even these one-offs, we're going to have all of that information right on the website. And yeah, our website's great. Like that, we try to keep that as up to date as we possibly can. We have everything there, and we actually have a new ticketing platform this year. So it was something that we were looking at, again, making things easier, making it easier to book and get your ticket and all of that. So everything is there.
Well, thank you both very much for your time, for all of your thoughts and opinions, and again, thank you for offering what you do. So I'm grateful.
Thanks
Thank you
for
for having
having us,
us.
Jess. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
my
again for
pleasure.
having us. It's been great.
Yeah.
And we
Lovely.
look forward to
Lovely.
seeing you at all of our conferences. We love having you.
Same. All right.